What do you work towards, Nick? I mean, what is it that you want out of life in some ways? Is it that you want a better spiritual life, good companionship, or you just want to be able to keep working? I mean, one of the things is this, right, about Nick Cave, and that is that no matter how much success or how much fame or how much money or whatever, the most
still
important...
a miserable bastard.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
No.
The thing that seems to me to be most important to you is that you should always be simply allowed to do what it is you want to do in whatever artistic expression it happens to be it writing that book or be it playing music.
Well, that's very true. I mean, it's if that was to be taken away from me, or if I felt that people were imposing their views on things, or I wasn't allowed the freedom to do what I like, I think I'd be very unhappy about things. I'm very suspicious of money. I think that the more money you make, the less freedom you have. I mean, I see that quite a lot. So success in that way does frighten me quite a lot. America frightens me. Success in America has always frightened me, and I've you know, and because of the amount of money that gets made, and the more money you make, the more people are involved in what you do. Outsiders, and you know, and
sure.
I'm in a good position at the moment. I can do whatever I like. I've got a great record company. We kind of accept anything that I do. So, you know, I'm really happy with the way things are.
Do you often think, or do you often feel that maybe the Bad Seeds don't get even a quarter of the recognition they should get?
Yeah, well, that's probably true. Yeah, I mean, they should get more recognition. I think that this best of record, I think if it shows one thing, it shows what a great band the Bad Seeds actually are. I mean, it for me, it opened my eyes up to what a great band they were from listening to it. Yeah.
And did it take something like that to do that? I mean, like, you're so busy with the day-to-day and with what happens the next day that this one here is one that makes you have to look back into the past, and in doing so you said, wow, what a band.
Well, it was very much like that, actually. I was quite fearful about this record in a way, because I don't listen to my music, and I hadn't heard a lot of these songs for 15 years or however long ago they'd been recorded. So I listened to it with a great amount of trepidation, and when I actually did listen to it, I was just really struck by what a extraordinary band they were. And when I'm in the studio myself, I'm so kind of concerned with getting the words right and making sure that they're serving the words properly and all of that sort of stuff, that I kind of take this side of it for granted, probably.
And do you find that with this album here, now that you have listened to it, as you say, that you may not have listened back to the past at all, other than because of this? In other words, whose idea was this? Because it wasn't really yours, was it? It was the record company's.
Well, best ofs generally are, I think, a record company idea.
Or often it's an artist saying that's the end of chapter 1, let's start chapter 2.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that for us. I think it was an idea put forward by the record company. I was less than enthusiastic about the whole thing because of the kind of ethos that hangs around the best of records, where and I still feel there's a lot to be done with the Bad Seeds, a lot of places yet to go. But I mean, I was just surprised by the whole thing. Really, I was surprised that I liked what I did so much. Really.
Right. And when you asked each member of the band, supposedly, to compile a list, the only one who gave you a list of his 16 favourite songs was Mick. Is that completely true?
Right. Yeah.
So the others didn't even bother? Because they probably didn't even think you'd pick them if you had.
Well, no, that's not true. I just think, I think, I mean, I don't know, everyone just doesn't get around to doing that sort of stuff. We're very disorganised, and I think Mick kind of thought, well, if he didn't hand one in, no one would, and it would never get done. So I think he went ahead and actually kind of grizzled and groaned.
Sure, but at the end of the day, they're not totally Micks either. I mean, like, obviously they're Nicks as well. Yeah?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, they were the right songs to choose, really.
Yeah. Well then, right. If that's the case, where's Lament?
Well, I've heard people. Yeah, that's a debatable song, I would say, but. Yeah. I mean, there were songs that I had that I kind of wanted to put on, but we kind of decided that they weren't right. Far From Me and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
They were kind of, I liked them because of what they did to me personally, but I don't think they're necessarily the better songs.
There it is. Where the Wild Roses Grow is, of course, the song, and that one there is probably, that's your most commercially successful song, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now that's the Top of the Pops appearance too with Kylie. I mean, is that a bit... Twice, yeah. Is that a bit surreal, or is that a bit... No, that's just the way it is, that's okay. I mean, like, this is a song that's your most commercially successful.
Yeah, well, it was all kind of... It was all very strange. It kind of... I mean, we had no idea that would be successful. We thought that was a kind of a novelty song that would kind of poke its head in the bottom of the charts and drop out again. But it turned out to be very successful. And I think that kind of indicates that I myself and my band really have no idea about what to do commercially. I don't think we really have much of a handle on that, which is probably a good thing.
Well, just a few weeks ago we spoke to Kylie on the phone, and we also had her live in the studio as well. And she said she was meeting you the following Tuesday, which is only about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. So did she meet you?
We met, yeah. Well, we meet a lot, actually.
You meet a lot.
We do.
Are you going to make more music together?
I don't know. I've written a song that I like very much. That she's come and sung a couple of times with me. Got up on stage and sung it with me, which is an original song as a duet. It seems to work really well. So I mean, I'm quite open to that. I don't know if I'd do another single or so with her, but I'm quite happy to do.
I just thought of something when I said the only one was the SFX in Dublin and Lizard. I saw you down at the Fela Festival, the 3-day festival, when Kylie was on down there.
Yeah, there you go.
And you played on that as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
That was terrifying.
Was it? Why?
That was, you mean the one that was Kylie's concert?
Yeah, Kylie's concert. Yeah.
Her audience were a strange bunch of people who didn't appreciate me having any kind of physical contact with Kylie on stage. and they were kind of making, drawing their fingers across their throats and so on whenever I touched Kylie.
We did see you quite a bit on news bulletins some time back at Michael Hudson's funeral. I mean, as a fellow Australian, is there a smallish community that, like, you would have known Michael for years and all the way up? I've
known him from the beginning, but I only became very good friends with him in the last 4 years or so. We became very, very close, and I mean, we had great miles apart musically, but I think that in a way that kind of made our friendship stronger in some way. Right. It was based on other things.
In some ways, if I took it a step further in terms of criticism, I mean, like, if you saw Dennis Hopper, to go back to him again in a movie today, you expect him to play a certain kind of character, and to be blunt about it, he does. In virtually every movie he plays this, I don't know, manic loon on the left-hand side. So with you guys, with the music that you play, I mean, like, just take something like the Ship song, say, right? That's as close to parody of Nick Cave as you can get, and yet it's that close. It's one of the best things I've heard, say, in the last 10 years. It's just brilliant the way it just works. But one step over the line, maybe I'll be laughing.
Well, I think Dennis Hopper stepped over that line, and I find that, I mean, I don't really sit here and talk about Dennis Hopper, but I mean, I think that somewhere like Blue Velvet or whatever, he reached, he was terrifying in that film, and after that he's become a pastiche of he's become, he's been given these roles, he's been typecast, and he's played them with less conviction than he ever did in Blue Velvet. And hopefully I'm not doing that. Hopefully I'm defining what I'm doing, and it's becoming clearer, and it's becoming stronger, and that it isn't just falling into parody. I mean, I'm not really the one to judge that, actually, but I feel quite strongly that the records contribute something new each time, and as far as I can see, are more powerful.